Hi Flosstube friends, Julia here, Julicious. It's been a couple of months. I think I said in my last video that the semester was winding down and that I might not get to you until later in the summer, and I was really hoping I was wrong, but oh man, I hate it when I'm right. So it's July 1st, 2019 today. And I'm going to start out this video a little differently because I have some things to talk about, and I'm trying to approach it in a very calm way because I don't feel calm about it at all. Any of you who are knitters or crocheters probably know where this is going, and I ask you, please don't turn me off or try to skip ahead. I mean, obviously, I can't control that. You're gonna do what you're gonna do, and that's fine. I'm not gonna, what I have to say isn't gonna take very long, but I feel, I have unfortunately, a very unique perspective on one of the reactions to the Ravelry, the new Ravelry policy, and it's a perspective that a lot of you might not have thought of, and I hope that I might convince you if you feel targeted, or if you feel that you're being treated unfairly by Ravelry. I hope that you will change your mind about how you approach those feelings. I'm not trying to change your mind about the feelings that you have, because they're yours and I can't do that. But I really hope to change your mind about the way you're approaching it. And I'm not here to yell, and I'm not here to lecture. I just thought I'd even change up my normal filming space for just this part. We're in my living room. You can see my spinning wheel right there. You can see an old wooden Buddha head I got from TJ Maxx about 15 years ago there. Oh, there's a kitty. Hi, Alex. She's mad at me. And I'm having tea. I want this, what I have to say is important, and I feel very, very strongly about it, but I'm kind of setting up the environment for myself that I don't just get angry and just start screaming at you, because midweek last week I was there. I was, Tracy P will tell you, not in a good place. But I say this 3.5 minutes in that I would make this quick. You know me. But let's just get it out there. I'm having tea in a mug made by my friend Charlie with a tea orb that's it's silicone, and it looks like a manatee that my daughter got for me for Hanukkah. And I'm having some tea that's rose hips and hibiscus. So I'll be brief, I promise, she said at 4 minutes and 15 seconds in. If you are a supporter of the Trump administration and are also a member of Ravelry, and you're upset about the new policy, everyone has a right to their own feelings and their own beliefs. And I understand that a lot of you feel very put upon and targeted. You need to take the Star of David avatars down. You need to do that. Because that's disrespectful. It's hurtful. And what you're experiencing is not even in the same, I don't even want to say even in the same ballpark as the Holocaust. It's not even the same sport. I'm getting heated. It's a slap in the face to anyone who lived through that, or to anyone who has a close family member who lived through that. You're not experiencing genocide. It's not even remotely similar. And I would just ask that you take a step back and examine. There's gotta be, that there are better ways to express your feelings than making light of a genocide that touched so many lives, mine included. I mean, you still have your homes. You're not being forced from your homes. Your possessions aren't being taken from you. You're not being forced to live in ghettos. You're still allowed to vote. You're still allowed to keep your jobs. Your businesses, if you are a small business owner, your businesses are not being destroyed. Your houses of worship are not being destroyed. Your children aren't being ripped from you and used as target practice. There's no plan to systematically murder all of you. That's what that star means, guys. That's what it really means. Okay? I understand that you're upset. But there's a better way to express it than that. That's all I had to say. Okay, I'm gonna calm down, and we'll get into the stitchy stuff. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you. Well, that got unintentionally emotional. Although I don't know why I wasn't intending to get emotional, because it's a very emotional subject for me. Anyway, I don't know what else to say that hasn't been said by a lot of really smart people. If you identify as a conservative and you feel attacked, you should probably consider doing some soul searching, because conservative politics are not what's inappropriate and what's wrong. What's wrong is white supremacy. And so if you feel attacked and you identify as a conservative, you might want to do some self-reflection and a little bit of soul searching. I'm just gonna leave it there. I think by now, people who still watch this channel know what my politics are, so if you want to leave, you're welcome to. I hope you stay, because I don't have anything that exciting to show you today, actually. It's been kind of a... I'm just now starting to relax. So I finished out the spring semester, and then immediately started a 6-week intensive microbiology class. Yeah, I didn't have much time for anything else apart from that. And this past week, well, a week from today, a week ago today, Monday, I took my final exam for that microbiology class. Left the exam and immediately went to the seashore in New Jersey. We went to Cape May. Josh and Amelia and me and my sister and her girlfriend and my dad. And we came home Saturday. Yesterday was my birthday. I'm officially 37. It was a nice day. We went to one of my very favorite places in Philadelphia, the Japanese house in Fairmount Park. It's called xoxo. And Josh had gotten us tickets to attend a Shinto purification ceremony, which is pretty rare to see outside of Japan, but a Shinto priestess from Kyoto, I believe, was visiting and performed the ceremony for us, and it was a really cool experience, and I'm really happy we did it, and it was a nice way to spend my birthday. Other than that, crafting has been going on intermittently, reading has been going on. Pretty much just in the past week, a lot of reading has been going on, so we'll talk about that in a little bit. Let's see, when last we spoke, I was working on Nantucket Girl Sampler in an attempt to get it finished. I did not get it finished, and so I'm going to put it back on the Q-Snap today. And we'll see how it goes. So I continue to struggle with the compass, or the compass rose. So, I got the last bit of the words done, some grass, part of a buggy, and a horse's butt. I'm moving needle minders. So here's the whole shebang thus far. And then here's what I worked on. So close, guys, so close. But there's the horse's butt, and the bit of the buggy, and some grass, and a leaf, and the last bit of the poem. I'm gonna see if I can just push through and finish this month. Got a lot going on this month, which I will tell you about shortly. So that's Nantucket Girl Sampler, and you knew that I was planning on doing a monogamous Stitch Mania project I was planning on working on, and I did. I planned to, and I did. Planned to work on my current only Mirabilia, Mermaid of Atlantis, which I'm stitching on a 32 count linen from Hand-Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie in, I believe it's called Fathoms Below. No, it's not Fathoms Below. What the heck is this? Ocean's Tide? Possibly? I got a lot done. I know Stitchin' Mommy had commented. She commented on a video of mine, guys. I had a little fangirl moment. Anyway, she said, maybe you'll get a finish. And I thought, maybe I will. I didn't. But I got a lot of good progress. And she has some of her skin. She looks a little weird because she just has some of her skin. I haven't done any back stitching on her face. I was kind of waffling back and forth. Do I want to did I want to do 1/1 skin. I really love the effect, but there were blended threads in this skin, and that kind of worried me. And I talked to some stitchy friends, like Coffee Stitcher and Leslie from Under the Sea Fabrics, Leslie, and Organic Granny, and who else? Brittany, was it you? Anyway, the pros and cons, and I ended up starting to do it. Well, I'm doing it 2/2, and I kind of regret it because I think it looks like the dog's breakfast, but I'm gonna persevere. Anyway, here's my progress. So aside from the beading, the entire bottom half is done. Lots of beads in her. I'm not looking forward to it because I really don't enjoy beading. Is it worth it? Yes. I just don't like the process. So here we are. You might think I'm silly worrying about how the skin looks, but I am worried about how the skin looks. So I'm very happy with my Mania progress there. I got a lot done. I could conceivably, no, not with this coming semester. If I ever have a light semester, I could conceivably just work on her and get her done. However, if wishes were fishes and all of that. And intermittently, I've just been picking up a few whips and just putting in a thread here and there. One of which was my birthday start last year. I didn't have a birthday start this year, guys. I must be pretty serious about this no new starts 19 thing. Anyway, last year's birthday start was The Voyage Home by the Cricket Collection, which I'm stitching on a 32 count linen in Once in a Blue Moon from Fibrelicious. I'm using the called for DMC and the called for, Weeks Dye Works. There's just one Weeks Dye Works. It's Aqua. So I've actually been doing a lot of work with the Aqua, just putting in the sky. So here's how that looks. Hopefully you can see that. And I recharted the lighthouse to look like my favorite lighthouse, which is Barnegat Light on Long Beach Island in New Jersey. Hold that thought. Happy with this. Not sure how well it's showing up. The lighting's not bad in here today, but it's also kind of weird. So just as and when, putting some stitches in on that just to keep it going. I also made some decent progress. I took this to the shore. Decent progress on my Mill Hill Buttons and Beads kit. Moonlit Kitties, which I was enabled by Lisa over at Luby's Lot to stitch this, and I am going to have to put something behind this so that stuff falling on the floor. I'm doing awesome today. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to put it behind this. That's sideways. Move the needle minder up there. there. Lots of good progress since the last time you saw this. I even did a little bit of back stitching just in black up here. So this little jack-o'-lantern is done, all done but the beading, this tree, and I'm kind of starting to go this way. With perforated paper, it's hard to get a good grip on it sometimes. It's not like fabric where you can roll it up if you're stitching in hand, but I'm happy with it. I think it's fun. I think it's going to look really cute. And the last thing that I've been working on, I'm actually kind of stalled on because the back stitching, I try to back stitch as I go. That's just, I don't mind back stitching, but I do mind having a giant chunk of back stitching to do at the very end of a project. I would much rather do it as I go, because I think that makes it look nicer, and so you're more motivated. Anyway, Curse of the Raven. It's on 40 count. It's charted for 40 count. Can we talk about the back stitch in the face of the angel on the tombstone? Can we talk about that? How the hell the face in particular, like, I have no idea how I'm supposed to make this not look like utter crap. Like, I started to do one of the eyes and I'm tempted to just rip it out and not think about it for a while because it looks like crap. Here's what I've got. Like, can you tell? I know a few of you have stitched this, and I guess I'm asking, how, do you have any advice? Should I just go for it? But it's so detailed and it's so tiny, and you're not even putting stitches, you know, the box, the square of threads, whether you're stitching on 8 or whether you're stitching on even weave or linen, we all know the box where the X goes. The back stitching doesn't start like in any of the corners of the box. A lot of it is like, oh, well, in the middle of the side, in the middle of the middle, in the middle of the bottom. On teeny tiny 40 count fabric, and I'm not ragging 40 count fabric. I love stitching on some 40 count fabric, but this is ridiculous. I don't even think that the photograph here, I'm trying to get it to focus. I don't really know if you really understand just how tedious that is, and I have no idea how they got it to look good, because I don't know. So this might not come out to play for a while, which is unfortunate because I'm relatively close to a finish. I mean, I just have to fill in and do back. I just have to fill in the rest of the tombstone and backstitch. I mean, this is not a large project. It's discouraging. So, that's frustrating. However, it's only stitching. What else was I gonna say? Showed you Nantucket Girl, showed you Mermaid, showed you Curse of the Raven, Moonlit Kitties, The Voyage Home, and that's all the stitching. For the foreseeable future, I'm going to be plugging away on Nantucket Girl Sampler to get it finished. I have some haul. I will show you some haul. It's a little bit of haul. The planets aligned last week. The planets aligned, and I got myself a birthday present from the lovely Emily C. I was on Facebook and I was scrolling, and she was selling her project bags. And normally when I see that her project bags are for sale, I'm like 2 hours late and they're all gone. But I lucked out and I got my very first Momily bag. Happy birthday to me. This is so, and Emily made it, so it's so special. It's really beautiful. It's proper goth, and it's lined. This pretty floral, but not too cutesy, girly floral. Lots of space. I don't know what's going to live in here yet. I feel like I should save it for something special. But yeah, thank you, Emily, so much. I mean, I know I paid you for this, but thank you anyway. And the card was lovely, and I appreciate your kind words. In addition to that, Emily was also having destashing some patterns because her kitty Buster had some health problems, and as those of us who have pets know, the vet bills for unexpected health woes can pile up pretty quickly. So I bought a couple of patterns, and the first one I bought, like I saw it, I was like, I gotta get it because it's my lighthouse. This is from Tree Trunk Designs from 1997, called the Lighthouse Lullaby, featuring Barnegat Lighthouse on Long Beach Island in New Jersey. And I don't know if I'm going to stitch the whole thing or if I'm just going to sort of do a long vertical and stitch the lighthouse. I haven't decided. But the lullaby says, lay down your head and close your eyes and rest your weary soul, for the lighthouse shines through fog and rain and night as black as coal. Though winds are lashing and waves are crashing on coral reefs below, the beacon calls and beckons all with its majestic beam aglow. When stars are out and seas are calm and eventide draws nigh, the seafarer rocks in a cradle of waves to the lighthouse lullaby. That's my lighthouse. So that was fun. So I scooped that up. And a couple of people, this Butternut Road pattern, Sonia Cat Crazy Creations just got this. Someone else has this. And if anyone wants to do a stitch along next year, hit me up, because I would be all about that, even though y'all would probably finish way before me. This is Butternut Road Once Upon a Time. And yeah, so there's the lady with the dove and the castle in the background. And my thoughts are to personalize it a little bit, which means I'm going to pester Coffee Stitcher soon. I want to lighten up the hair to make it look a bit more like my color. And I want to futz with the colors in her dress just a bit. I'm thinking of switching the bright red sleeves to orange. And I think that would look sort of okay with that sort of gray purple. But I'm wondering if a green might look better. I will bother Coffee Stitcher about it later. So yeah. And this is all DMC, I think. Maybe some Krynic. I don't know. I haven't opened the package to actually look at all the things I need, but that's future Julia's problem. Okay. So the knitting bug came and it bit me hard, which is good because I've missed the knitting bug. And I participated in this little thing on Facebook and Instagram, hosted by, geez, what is her name? She goes by Frenchie. She's a designer. She designs really great stuff. I will put her name below because I'm totally blanking on her name. But she had this little challenge for people who either just wanted to learn how to knit shawls or think about shawl construction if you're interested in eventually designing your own shawls. Which gave me the idea, like, hey, how come I don't design knitting stuff? I've been knitting since I was 5. You know, besides the fact that I'm in nursing school and have a mortgage and a child and cats and 5 million other things to do, why don't I design things? Anyway, and a few of my friends did this with me too. Orietta did it. My friend Anne from high school did it. Did Sadie do it? I don't remember if Sadie did it. But anyway, it was called the 5 Shawls in 5 Days Challenge. And she, every day for 5 days, would send out the basic recipe for a different shawl type, a different shape of shawl. And we just knit it. And the instructions were, don't knit for more than 30 minutes. Just cast on and go for it. And it was great for using up leftover sock yarn or random mini skeins that I had lying around. So I will show you the 5 shawls that I knit. And so first was a basic triangular shawl. Forgive the crappy blocking and the crappy knitting. Here, can you see it? Well, that might be kind of, well, so this is the triangular one, and this is knit out of leftover Knitter's Nightmare yarns I bought to knit my sister's girlfriend a pair of socks with. And I forget the colorway, but you can't get it anymore anyway because Knitter's Nightmare is no longer in business. So just be jealous. So that was fun, and then the following day was like a crescent shape, which has really crappy knitting and really crappy blocking. This is from a mini, I believe also Knitter's Nightmare. I got a couple of mini skeins in a package one time. So that's the crescent shape, and then my personal favorite was the sort of asymmetrical triangle. I believe this was a June Price Fiber Arts, I think. I love this shape. I think if I ever design a shawl, it will be in this shape. Really fun. And then this one I think is my least favorite just because it didn't block out terribly well. This was like the 3/4, yeah, the 3/4 shawl. Like 3/4 of a square. This is knit out of some leftover Lorna's laces in like orange creamsicle, I think. And if you can hear Josh on the phone on a business call, I apologize. He talks really loud. This is not my best blocking work. But it's okay because I got the general gist of the construction of that shawl. And the last one is sort of like a half moon shape circular shawl. And this was knit out of some Woolly Wonka fibers. Nimue, maybe? Is it Nimue? No, I don't think so. This is just sort of like a good old workhorse sock yarn. Anne, help me out. The colorway is Forget Me Not. I know that. I'm pretty sure this is just like woolen nylon, but I forget the name of the base. So I did that and got all excited to knit stuff, but I was in school. So what did I do? I finally finished my father-in-law's Christmas socks. That's Christmas 2017. Yeah, daughter-in-law of the year right here. And one is slightly longer than the other because I'm awesome. This used up most of a skein, like 97%-ish of a skein of Blue Moon Fiber Arts Socks That Rock Lightweight. So if you know someone who has really huge feet, these are 12-inch, just for, yeah, in size medium for the circumference. So 64 stitches around. If you would have needed to do size large and you wanted to do Blue Moon, I would get some yarn insurance. Oh, you'd like to know the pattern, wouldn't you? This is Old Joe by the Yarn Harlot, Stephanie Pearl McPhee, and the colorway is Spores. I did the heel flap. I followed the pattern. I did the heel flap, did a little wedge toe. I don't know why it was so hard to finish these. I think the color wasn't grabbing me. It wasn't much of a color, and it was not enough of an actual color in my mind. But it will make my father-in-law very happy. They still need to be washed. So yeah, they're done. They're done and dusted. So, hooray! And then, while I was at the shore, I started, and all props go to Sadie Ruin here on Flosstube, and well, she does mostly her knitting podcast, her Yarnivore podcast, but she also stitches. Anyway, this is a pay-for pattern. It's the Grotine Shawl. That really you just need about 400 yards of a fingering weight yarn. On size 5.5 millimeter needles, gauge is not crucial. The pattern says multiple times that gauge is not crucial. If you want to be very type A and worry about gauge, you are welcome to do that. I didn't because I didn't want to. I'm knitting this also in Blue Moon Fiber Arts Socks That Rock Lightweight in the colorway Fungus Among Us. So it's a deep plummy purple, gray, and rusty oranges. And this is the right side. This is how much I have done. It's knit in linen stitch. So it's really nice for variegated yarn. There's a crochet version of this pattern as well. I gifted Sonia at Cat Crazy Creations a copy of the crochet pattern just because she was having kind of a rough time. Her mom was not doing well, and I thought, well, crochet is a good thing to take with you to hospital rooms and things like that. And she finished hers, and it looks beautiful. But I'm doing the knit. And yeah. So, coming along. That's kind of all I have. What are my plans? I don't have plans. And there's a reason for that. Now, I have no idea how I did this, but I've seen my MRI, and it is what it is. I tore this, my right rotator cuff tendon. It is 80% gone. It's hanging on by a thread. I have no idea how. So don't ask, because I don't know. I have a feeling that nursing textbooks are partly to blame. Anyhow, so on the 12th of this month, I'm having surgery, which means that for 5 weeks after that surgery, I'm going to be completely immobilized. Like, I'm going to have this arm in a sling, can't move this joint at all, can't move this joint at all for 5 weeks. That means no stitching, for sure. That means no knitting. I think I'm going to go a little bit nuts. I'm not going to lie. I'm not looking forward to this. I have no idea what I'm going to do about bathing. I don't know what I'm going to do about going to the bathroom. If I have to stay indoors for a lot of the time, I am going to bite someone. Seriously, I had better be allowed to take walks or go on small hikes on reasonable terrain. Otherwise, I'm going to lose my mind. So yeah, crafting plans are kind of up in the air for the foreseeable future. If you've had this surgery, I would love to hear from you. How did you survive? If you have book recommendations, I'm all ears. Is there a show I should try to binge watch? My attention span for TV shows is like the size of a gnat though, so be warned. Anyway, yeah, let me know. If you are cool with me whining at you, yeah, let me know. No, don't. I'm not going to whine at you. I will be, if I'm on Instagram, oh, there will be whining. Not whining. I don't whine. I will just complain. I complain really well. Yeah. Sorry to just kind of drop that on you, but that's happening. It is what it is. I'm not looking forward to it. But it's got to get done. That means that my nursing school plans are going to be delayed by a semester, most likely. I'm not thrilled about that, but it is what it is. We shall see. We shall see. I'll just take more general classes because I do plan to get my BSN after I get my RN, so I'll just take the classes that are required for BSN, you know, like statistics and nutrition and public speaking, and I wish I could test out of public speaking. I'm really good at public speaking. Anyway, statistics, nutrition. You don't care about the semester plans for next year, though. I probably shouldn't care about the semester plans for next semester. I should be relaxing. Anyway, if you are a returning viewer, thanks so much, truly, for choosing to spend time with me. It really does mean a lot. If you're a new viewer, hi, I hope I haven't scared you away. I make videos every so often. Hope you liked what you saw. Yeah, so I will be back at some point, perhaps after my surgery or like in the middle of the immediate recovery process. I will film a video talking about what I've been reading, anything I've been watching. If people would be interested in that, let me know. I don't want to make content that you don't want to see. In the meantime, it's a tough world out there right now. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Don't look away. Speak out. I'll catch you around the internet, folks, all right? I appreciate you. Peace.